Okay, so there's like two things I want to talk about today. And the first one is really, really simple, and the other one is a little bit more complicated. The first one is really simple, is I just want to say thank you. I really enjoy uploading these videos, and I'm really grateful for having any kind of audience, considering I just started uploading like a week ago. And the second thing is the more complicated one, which is how I've been feeling. And that one, not easy to digest, necessarily speaking. I feel behind, and I don't think that's like an uncommon thing, but especially as a college student who's about to graduate, which is insane for me to say. I feel so old, but I'm going to be 23 in a couple days. I don't think I'm like I'm not. I don't think I'm actually behind, right? I think that's a little bit of a myth. I feel like everybody says they feel that, and so therefore nobody actually is. But at the same time, it's kind of hard to ignore the feeling that everybody else is doing so much better than you or that there's something that you're missing. I think it really just stems from the fact that like you can want so many things and never really realize what you have. I think that's something that you have to recognize, because if you don't recognize it, you're just going to go insane. And I'm really grateful for the opportunities that I have, especially to be able to put something like this out and actually get like any kind of views. That's insane. I'm not making money, obviously, but at some point in my, and that's again insane. I also am very grateful for the amount of passion that I have for things like this, because a lot of people just aren't comfortable behind a camera. They aren't comfortable to record themselves. They aren't comfortable to share on the internet, which is understandable and reasonable. But I always want to be making something. I always want to be doing something more. And so because of that, I struggle with end goals, because if I'm not really feeling, if I don't feel like doing something, if I don't feel 100% passion for something, I'm not going to do it. Except sometimes you have to, because that's just the way life works. And so because of that, it's like really hard for me to motivate myself to do things like schoolwork, for example, because I feel like it's mundane, like it's pointless. But at the same time, I have to do schoolwork to be able to do other things that I actually want to do. Like, for example, I bought a monitor for a couple of reasons. One, mainly to edit videos, but the other thing I bought is a camera, which is also the reason why I wanted to buy a better monitor, because I'm a videographer major, so I in marketing minor, so I'm going into like It's like a section of business, I would say. And also, it's like somewhat personal business, because you're a videographer. So these are all things that I really need, and these are all things that will help me. But like, I don't even know what I was trying to say. I guess what I'm trying to say is that these are things that I'm really passionate about, that I'm really happy that I was able to get, that I was really happy to be able to do. And focusing on those goals while also focusing on school is hard, because you have to do school. And then once you are done with school, then you have to do work. And if you don't work, then you're going to go broke. But you also want to do this freelance thing, and you really want to try to find a job that really pays you well with doing videography and stuff like that. And it's just really hard. And I know that I have plans for how to do all this stuff. It's not like I'm clueless. It's just there's so many things in the way that it feels like real life lag. Like, you know, when you're on a server and you're playing and you get diamonds, but then a creeper explodes behind you and the server lags, so you don't realize that the creeper's exploding. That's what it feels like right now. It feels like everything's exploding, except it like exploded and then the server lagged, so now I just know there's an explosion going to happen, which is graduation. But it hasn't happened quite yet, but like I know it's going to happen. I kind of know the result of graduation. I know the consequences of being an adult. It's just they haven't happened quite yet, because I've still been in school. I don't know if that analogy made any sense, but yeah, real life lag. It's not fun. If you're watching this and you're not in a college, or if you're not a student or whatever, then maybe my advice, maybe my take on this is just not useful and not helpful. Also, people should not be using me as advice for life, but this is just like how I feel right now. Again, this is just complex feelings of how I feel right now. I feel like I want to do so many things. I want to do YouTube. I want to do videography. I want to do really well in school. I want to move out. I want to do so many things, and they all require different goals. And so finding a way to overlap them is really hard. And that's kind of the point. It's really hard. And being an adult is really hard. And realizing I'm going to be 23 is kind of hard. And the thing is that I don't really care about my age. Like, that's not that big of a deal. Like, I thought that I was 23. I'm not even joking. I thought that I was 23 the day before my 22nd birthday. Like, I genuinely was like, oh, I'm turning 23. And then I realized, wait, I'm 21, turning 22. And that was a really kind of depressing thought. I was like, wow, I really don't know how old I am. But now I'm actually turning 23. So it feels like I actually saved a year. Like, again, real life lag. I felt like I lived 23 before I was actually 23. So that was kind of fun. But anyway, I don't know if this is too much to be sharing on the internet, but these are all just like thoughts that I've been having. I'm gonna talk about the speedrun now. This speedrun was terrible. I died like so many times. You'll notice. I think that I am safe because I'm going to break a block or two, and then I'm gonna try and kill this guy. No, 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 no. That's not gonna happen. I break this block. The thing is, oh, excuse me. The thing is that when you break a block like that, you can't have a diagonal path because for some reason, I don't know how, piglins will pathfind across diagonal blocks, especially if there's more than one. I think they get pushed. Maybe it was the button. I thought buttons were counted as invisible blocks. It doesn't matter, I die. And so I die one time, and I'm like, okay, I should reset because all my stuff is going to be in a hole, and also, I didn't really have that much stuff to begin with. So, after I die, I'm like, okay, let's reset. And then I die again, and again, and again, and then eventually I think I just forfeit because the guy was already in the stronghold. So, this run was actually miserable, but it was fun. I enjoyed it for what it was. I was really just trying to get footage for this recording, and at that point, I don't think I really knew what I was going to actually do for my recording, for my voiceover. I guess the other thing I would want to talk about that isn't Minecraft speedrunning right now is I've been going to the gym, and that is one thing that has been consistent, which is incredibly hard for me to do, like consistently. Not just the gym, but just anything in general. Like finding something to do and making it a habit is really hard. And and so doing the gym was a New Year's resolution, but it was also just like I really wanted to do it. Like in my heart of hearts, I knew that that was something I really wanted to do. So I did. And then I started doing it. And I haven't stopped doing it. I've had like weeks where I haven't worked out as much as I would like to, which is unfortunate because again, working out is really fun and it's good for you, honestly. But at the same time, I there was points where I just like was too busy with school, and then I was like, okay, I can't do this. So I just didn't. I think I always worked out at least once a week. This past year, I'm talking about this year. Like in the past, I just like didn't go to the gym at all. This year, though, 2026, I have been going to the gym at least once a week, usually more, usually like 3 times. But recently has been like once, maybe like usually twice. I would say usually twice. I think I went twice last week, but I try to go 3 times or more. It's just really, really hard. When there's exams, it's impossible. When there's exams, it's like life or death. It's like, oh my gosh, my GPA. And the thing is, like I said, I'm a film major, so marketing classes are so hard. Marketing classes are like the antithesis of film. In film, you don't really have exams that are like memorize this term, memorize that term, unless it's audio class, in which case I that's why I don't like Pro Tools. That class single-handedly made me hate audio design, even though it's really cool. But like again, I'm like losing my train of thought. It's just there's so much going on sometimes. It's really hard to like go to the gym. But even then, I still manage to usually go once a week. I guess the point of this whole ramble was that I'm really proud of myself for doing that. It's not a very easy thing to stick with. And building a habit is really hard. So I would encourage anybody who struggles with building habits to just try. Just even if you keep failing, just keep trying. Eventually it will stick. Eventually, it only took me 23 years, but I got it. 22 technically, whatever. I got it. I'm going to the gym consistently now. I don't think I'm ever going to want to stop. It's a good, I like the habit, which is really weird for me to say. Like, usually habits are bad, or there's like idea that like all habits are bad because bad habits are more common than good habits. But I think the gym is just such a good habit. Like, why would you not want to build yourself and make yourself better? Like, even if it's just running, although running doesn't really do as much as strength training, but whatever. If you're a runner, you're a runner. You can do that. I guess like the point I'm trying to get across is like do something that you're proud of. Do something that's gonna make you happy. Because there's so much that going on in your life, at least in my life, that like having something consistent is so important. This has been a really weird ramble. This is a 40-minute run. What am I at? Oh, 11 minutes? 20 minutes? I don't know. 11 minutes. This is, yeah, it's an insane run. I did really badly in this. I'm not gonna show you the whole thing. I might show you the end where I forfeit. This is really sad actually. That I'm not proud of this run, even though it was fun, like I said. I was really upset that I had to forfeit because again I could have just waited, but like at that point, like what am I doing? I'm waiting around for somebody to beat the game when there's no chance of me ever catching up. Like why would I not just forfeit? I guess out of respect to the person, but at the same time, like we're Elo 300. Like, neither of us are that good. So anyway, I'm just gonna let you guys go. There's a lot of videos I want to do. There's a lot of I actually want to do. I'm not gonna say there's so many things I want to do, but you'll see in the future if you're subscribed. And so I'm gonna leave it on that note. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. I'm sorry for rambling so terribly this time, but I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at recording myself, and I'm happy with that. Like I said, this whole channel is basically just me learning to do better public speaking. So hopefully, I'm getting a little bit better at being myself on camera and being myself in voiceovers and telling stories and giving inflection and stuff like that. So hopefully, all that's working out. But anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.